the shop.
Okay, here we go.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the shop, not a tool was in use, not even a straw. The chisels were hung in the rack with great care. Their sharpness was tested. They cut every hair. The creators collective all snug in their sheds, while visions of projects danced round in their heads. Zack took off his anvil and laid on the bench a knife he'd just finished and pulled from the quench. When out on the podcast there rose such a clatter, Will sprang from his lathe to see what's the matter. Around the bandsaw to the computer he flew, hopped on the podcast, the live chat to view. When what to his wondering eyes did appear? James Wright saw in hand slicing veneer. With a shake of his head and a roll of his eyes, Will said, "There are easier ways to cut plies." Tired and exhausted and drained from the year, just working with hands and oak so severe. All energy gone, James said with a huff. "I'm done with making and using this stuff." So James pulled out his cable. He pulled out his cords. Boy, was he tired of using inelegant swords. Table saws, chop saws, routers, and bits. All of this hand stuff was hard. He was calling it quits. Just then, Zack came in with a bowl of his snacks. "You've been fasting again. You're all out of wax. Here, make some jerky, some cookies and pie. Eat some protein and carbs. If you don't, you might die." So James picked up one cookie, the smallest one yet, and he nibbled the tip of an iced Santa hat. Then something happened that's never happened before. James's stomach grew 3 sizes or more. "Ha!" Zack chortled. "Now you'll have to get to it, to work off that fine layer of fresh Christmas suet." So James grabbed a bucksaw and flew to the work, arm flying about like well-oiled clockwork. In his right hand a jackplane, and his left a card scrape. The air was soon filled with thin curls, just like paper. Christmas projects flew by from rough to fine finish, like a whole team of Amish who'd eaten their spinach. Then Will at the lathe and Zack with a hammer jumped into the work and caused quite the clamor. Those Christmas Zack snacks provided the drive to make and create and bring things alive. As morning came round and crept o'er the hill, Will slices a log with his Alaskan sawmill. Zack's pile of hammers in every known keller had never been seen by a Florida feller. The three turned around and they looked at their work. Their faces all grins, or maybe a smirk. Every project complete, shiny and done. Every bone was exhausted, though James called it fun. All the work was completed and finished on time. The podcast began with the start of the chime. Herberholtz, Walker, and that weirdo named Wright. From the Creators Collective, Merry Christmas. Good night.
That was great.
Amazing.
Welcome to special.
That was good stuff.
We had fun making it the last couple weeks.
That was good.
Maybe
wow.
we'll listen to it. So I hope you guys like that, and we're going to be having a good bit of fun today doing a few Christmassy things. So Merry Christmas Eve, and this is going to be an enjoyable time. So we're going to loosen up a little bit. Well, I don't know if we can actually loosen up more than we normally loosen up, but we're going to have some fun today. So yeah, after that, let's jump into what we've been working on. What you got, Will?
Getting ready for Christmas. I've been chipping away at Christmas gifts. I don't think anybody that is getting any of them are listening to the podcast. So I have been turning bottle stoppers for the women who drink wine in my family. Made my dad a big quarter sawn off maple like chopping block carving board. and my in-laws just got in last night, and I've got this old 1973 Honda CT70 little 70cc trail bike that we're going to get up and running. We got a bunch of parts that showed up, and me and my father-in-law are going to be working on that. And a neighbor yesterday texted me and asked if he just dug up a piece of railroad, and that's like 20 inches long, and I went and grabbed that, and I'm going to turn that into a railroad anvil.
That sounds like
yeah, I think
a
that's
lot of fun grinding that thing.
That what the trail bike or the anvil?
The anvil. Like, I feel like making a railroad anvil sounds like one of the least fun ways to spend your time. Not trying to rain on your parade, but just grinding that stuff.
Which would you prefer, Zach? The railroad anvil or the white oak anvil?
Definitely the railroad anvil. I would prefer, though, I don't know. I mean, it depends on your budget, but I'm surprised there's not more stuff around you. It seems like you're in the area where you could dig something up. I mean, the railroad anvils are fine, but just I could imagine grinding a horn shape on that would be a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, to at least to use it to see, what I don't like about it and stuff with it. I can upgrade, but instead of just going out and dropping a bunch of money on a nice anvil.
It's true.
But
yeah.
I don't know. I have too many toys already, so I don't want to spend I hate just dropping money on stuff and not getting time to use it because I've got that shop ADD where I'm like, oh yeah. So
yeah.
But anyway, what are you working on, Zach?
So I just batched out a handful of those little mini cleavers. So I've had a few people that have been waiting a while for those. So I made a few extras. I think they're still available. I haven't checked. I've been really bad at keeping up with my Instagram messages. I don't know if it's just the holidays or what, but I have been getting so much interaction and so many private direct messages through Instagram that I'm really honestly having a hard time keeping up with them. I'm not complaining, but if you haven't heard from me, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's especially just with everything else going on this time of year. It's just I feel like I'm kind of a little bit overwhelmed from all angles with requests for work, orders, direct messages, lining up. A lot of the companies that I work with and stuff are trying to line up dates for next year, and there's a lot of just. It seems like everything really kind of comes at you the last month of the year, so it's just been it's been good, but it's been tricky trying to stay on top of everything. So yeah, if you guys are interested in those little mini cleavers, I'm selling those for same as I did last time, $175 with a little leather sheath. So send me a message, and first ones that want them, get them, and who knows when I'll do more. But so I did those. Gotta try some more of those blacksmith roses. I usually batch out 7 or 8 of them just so that I have some ready to go out when people order them. But of course I ran out at the beginning of December, so I had to forge some more of those. And then yesterday just spent a lot of time kind of just thoroughly cleaning a third of my shop. So I spent I bet I spent 3 hours out there, and I just uncompromisingly went through all of the problem areas in my shop. I feel like I'm sure everybody has those spaces in their shop where they don't get much attention, and things accumulate and everything else gets cleaned 5 or 6 times, and you just kind of skip over those areas. Yeah. Well, I tackled a lot of them yesterday. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to do today is just really want. I'm taking a lot of things out. I'm so cramped for space that I'm setting even tools that are great tools that I use but I don't use frequently. I'm setting them aside so that I can find new places for them, so that I can hide them, tuck them away in the house somewhere, or just really trying to create as much space as possible, because it's really a problem in my shop. So like I said, a lot of the tools that don't see frequent use are going to go somewhere else, like some sort of storage or something. So yeah, I plan on doing that again today, just tidying stuff up and just throwing away a lot of stuff. I went through trying to make room. Tracy and I are really anticipating. We're excited about our move, which we're hoping for about June. That's the plan. So starting to go through things early and throw stuff away, and things that I've just held on to for no other reason than sentiment. And I'm not really a sentimental person, but
Yeah.
It's hard not to be. I mean, yesterday I threw away, boxes and boxes of all of my homework, all of my notes, everything from schooling, like all of my engineering, from the first day of class to the last of, electrical engineering notes and stuff. And I don't know why I hung on to them. It's just, I guess when you spend
Yes.
a sickening amount of money and all you have to show for it is a box of your labor, it's for some reason it's difficult to throw away. And honestly, like, I have these ideas like, oh, someday I'll go back through and brush up on all of it. That's never, ever, ever going to happen. I know it. I know it's a cop out. It's like one of those things that you subconsciously tell yourself, like, oh, I'm going to hold on to it because someday I'll go back through it. That's never going to happen. So I just packed all that out to the dumpster yesterday. So it was so weird. So just trying to create more room in the shop and in my house and in everything, and throw away as much stuff as I can so that the move is easier. So that's what I've been up to, and I think I'm probably going to do more of that today. And
Christmas
probably
cleaning.
start drinking early on both days. We hit up Total Wine, and we definitely.
Do you have family in town? Are you going anywhere?
I'm not going anywhere. So Tracy went to Ohio last week, see her family, and I don't want to say unfortunately my family's close, but yeah,
That's right. They're the reason you moved to Florida, weren't they?
yeah, sort of. Yeah.
You can blame them.
What's that?
You can blame them.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Cool.
Yeah. James, how about you?
Well, I have been in Strops world because, it was almost 2 weeks ago now where I made up, I think it was about 20 or so Strops, and I figured that would last me about a month if I sold them, and they ended up selling in under an hour after I put them all out. Just absolutely blown away. So I ordered the supplies to get more, and I should have another round ready to go later next week. And I'm hoping they last for at least a day or two, but we'll see. So yeah, those should be coming out. And I've had a lot of people asking if you want to be notified when they go live. I'll be sending out an email on my email list, as well as on the Wood by Right Hive Mind group. I tell them when they go live. So if you want to be ready for when they go out, who knows? They might all sell out within 5 minutes or so, like last time. But I'm making.
So 2 questions about the Strops. One, are they just the horse butt on itself, or are you attaching them to a board? Is it like a hardback strop, or is it
just horse butt?
Just horse butt.
Yeah, because they come in 2 different varieties. Either I have my logo stamped center of the top, and they kind of have this bump out, or it's in the top right corner. And then I stamp it on both sides. So some people like the smooth side, some people like the rough side. I don't like putting them on a board. I prefer having them loose, and so that's why I'm selling what I like to use. And I've had a few people ask for that, and I might in the future do something with backing them on a board, but I find it just easier to set them on the bench and use them than putting it on a board. I don't know. We'll see, though. But then they also come with buffing compound that I have poured. And I'm looking at making molds that have my logo, so I can actually give buffing compound in the shape of my logo. And then I'm thinking about doing a select run of like Han Solo and Carbonite buffing compound blocks. So we'll see. But yeah, each of the Strops then comes with a block of that. So, and that's a video I want to make here soon of showing how do you make your own, because it's basically just wax and whatever compound you want. I'm using chrome oxide to get the green. But a lot of people like other oxides. So
I recently started doing something different on my sharpening that has made a world of difference. I have a nice leather strop, but I got a leather belt for my belt grinder, and holy crap. Like in the past, I'd knock the burrs off on my high speed buffer and it works, but like there's certainly a noticeable like new level of sharp from the belt grinder. And it might be the same as stropping. It's just so fast on the belt grinder.
It's like 100 Strops a second.
Yeah, it's insane. Like you pass it over like maybe once or twice per side, and you know the belt doesn't go super fast on there, but it's so easy to get a consistent. And I don't know how much like angle consistency matters on a strop. It's probably not abrasive enough to really like roll your edges or anything, but the results that I've been getting are just insane. I mean, like,
but also it'll cut down on the amount of pressure, because that's one of the problems that a lot of people have is they put too much pressure on the strop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And so if you're doing it on the belt, you're probably not going to be pushing on it as much.
Oh, I totally forgot about another knife that I forged. I should go grab it really quick.
Sorry, Will, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yes,
that's all right. I had to cut my. Yes, I did. No, I was going to say, because Zach was talking about the angle, of stropping. He doesn't know if it matters that much. I've noticed with my technique when I used to do like my chisels, and I just wanted to hit them on the strop real quick, and I wouldn't totally focus on keeping my angle like straight. I would just run it over a million times, and at the end of that stroke I would kind of like tip my wrist, and it would actually kind of roll that edge just the teeniest bit. I mean, it would still be sharp, but then when I started focusing on actually like lifting my hand and then like putting it at the beginning of the strop again and like focusing on my body mechanics, like it just felt so much sharper. And it was like, oh, whoa, like just do that more. And just that little tweak, it didn't take any more time. It just that little tweak in body mechanics seemed to make a big difference. So I think a strop does more than people think.
Yeah, definitely. So I went and grabbed them. You guys saw this one, didn't you? The first one. Well, I just did like a Japanese style one and did like a copper ferric etch on it. Ooh. This thing is terrifyingly sharp. This is like probably one of the sharpest things I've ever been able to play around with. But,
for those of you who don't know, if you look at the live feed, he's holding up a Damascus steel Japanese style knife. Really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, so that was fun. I don't know though. I don't know that like I have the knife bug. Like I feel like I'm doing it because it's hard and I'm not good at it. And I feel like that's the motivating factor behind almost everything I do. It's not necessarily what I'm interested in doing. It's what I suck at. Mm-hmm. And like I'm competitive, so I don't want to suck at things. So whenever I find something that I'm not good at, I spend a lot of time like,
honing that art.
At it. And then as soon as I'm good enough at it to where I can actually make money at it, I get bored and find something that I'm terrible at. It's like the worst business strategy ever, but that's just like seriously, as soon as I start like getting good enough at a skill to where I could like where it's profitable, that's where I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. What can't I make money at? So I don't know.
Cool.
Oh man, that's a bummer. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you want to get into a couple questions?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention one more thing about what I was working on because I forgot, but this is like exciting. So I released the dresser video last week. It's doing really well for me.
Yeah, your audio is almost gone.
Oh, believe for me.
Try it again.
Okay. All right. So I released the shaker dressing video, and it's doing really, really, really well for me. And people seem to really like it. And that was just nice. It was just a nice little YouTube win for me. And the clients loved it. And that's all I have to say about that.
That was really sweet. I like that one. Really simple. And I love the pocket hole use. I know you probably got a lot of guff from that, but I liked it.
Only from one guy. But a good build. And I made some money on it. So. Oh, that I used pocket holes to attach the bottom apron that was more decorative than anything. But he commented, I never use pocket holes in any of my furniture. It just shows poor craftsmanship and poor planning. And I just responded, cool story. Like, that's like, all right, good for you, dude. But,
cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we have a couple Christmassy questions. One of them was submitted earlier, and I did not get the name of the person who submitted. I'm sorry for that. So whoever did, let me know, and I'll put your name on here. But what is a good last-minute Christmas present idea? So do you have anything that's a fast build for last-minute procrastinators?
It's pretty last minute.
I know. I would have an answer, and the answer is the lathe. Because if you want to turn a pin, you can go from rough blank to finished pin in 5-10 minutes.
That's true. That's a good one.
And there's a lot of things on the lathe that just go really fast. You can do a simple bowl, or you can do handles for everything and anything. And because you can finish on the lathe. So what's the? it's all in one.
Yeah, that's why those bottle stoppers.
Yeah.
That's why those bottle stoppers were such a great gift idea. I mean, I could go from blank to me putting the final polish on. I was up to 3 minutes of bottle stopper.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah,
I think you're onto something, because I can't think of anything. I don't know. I guess I don't ever do anything that's fast. My projects are usually.
I've got a couple projects that I've been doing recently on my channel, like those burr puzzles. You can make one of those 6 burr hand puzzles, and with hand tools, I can make one in under an hour, from rough wood to finished product. They're surprisingly quick and easy, because they're just cutting notches. And if you do it on a table saw, you could do one in 15 minutes or less. They're dado stack and done. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we've done recently that would be quick projects.
You could turn some sort of wooden ornament thingy too.
Yeah.
I think
there's 1,000 ornaments.
I think the lathe is key. It's fast, and there's not a whole lot of switching of machinery. You can just kind of set up and knock stuff out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have a question from Make Brooklyn. So are you all at the point where for gift occasions, you tell people not to get you gifts related to your crafts? Have you reached the just get me a sweater or something stage yet? See, I tell people, look at my Amazon list, because that is my list of things that I am intending to buy in the next while. And a lot of that are tools that I don't have, or I am thinking about getting for an upcoming project, but I just haven't gotten up to the point where I want to buy it yet. And so they're practical as well as things that I want. So most of my things are still related to that, but some of them are hobby related, my running or other things. But yeah. What about you?
I don't know. I guess I don't really get. I guess people don't really buy me much stuff. I usually get gift certificates to stores that don't even exist around me. I think I have I probably have $200 worth of Nordstrom gift certificates, and I don't even think there's a Nordstrom within 50 miles of me. Like it just sits in the drawer, and I usually give them to my wife when she travels. Yeah, I don't know. I should definitely do the Amazon list thing, because I've never thought of that. But my Amazon, like the what do they call that? Like you have like your basket, and then you have like, well, I guess it is a wish list. I don't know, but I don't have it like publicly available. But it's all books. Like my wish list is just full of books.
See, I have my gifts list. I have a tools list, and then I have my books list. And so I have several different wish. Then I have a couple other lists that I have on Amazon as well. But then I have my gifts list is public. So if anyone searches for me, they can find that. And I've actually had a few people who, if they just want to get me a gift, they can click on that and they can buy it straight on Amazon and have it shipped straight to me and not have to worry about packaging. And Amazon will even wrap it for you if you want.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm bad about gift ideas for me because I think about it for a long, long time. Trying to come up with good gift ideas for, people to get me that aren't, a $400 hand plane or something. And then I can't think of anything until like 2 days before Christmas. Like I was down in the one of the gouges. CBN wheels. That would be a great gift to get me. But
yeah, I should get some of those.
Yeah, the best thing is if I have, I'll have Amazon affiliate links for things in my gift list. So if someone really knows me, then they can use my Amazon link to buy the gift for me. So it's like
that's
double bonus.
Yeah, double down.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist. I had some printer paper next to me.
Oh, slicing paper. Yeah.
It's sharp. Anyway.
Gotta love it. Let's see. What do we had? Another question come in. What do you think? No, you might be getting for the shop for Christmas. Any of you have guesses? This is from Makermike.
Probably a Nordstrom certificate.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be getting a new concept fret.
Ooh.
A what?
I want one of those.
You broke up on my end. I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
A new concept
Matrix.
Oh.
You know that one that looks like a bridge?
Oh, cool.
Make me seriously jealous.
I'm a robot.
I don't know what I'm getting. I mean, I don't think I'm getting anything for the shop, but that's okay. Like I'm trying to get things out of my shop right now. It's kind of exciting though. So I don't know if I posted. I probably put it on my Instagram stories. I don't know if I made a post on it, but did you guys see that gigantic post vise that I ordered or that I got from Andrew Alexander? Thing's like 150 pounds, probably 6-inch jaw. It's a monster.
Nice.
So the person that I order my hammer metal from, I've always ordered through Speedy Metals for like my tool steel. And I put in like a really big order, like, I don't know, 2 months ago. And the guy sent me an email and he's like, hey, next time give me a phone call and I'll hook you up. So I did that last time. And he says he actually does like basic machining and stuff for, whatever you need. So I called him up, and what I need to do, I mean, those of you familiar with my shop know that it's tight and it's a small space with a ton of tooling that does not belong in a residential area. So I need like a big, heavy base for this post vise that won't move, but is movable if I need it to be. So I called him up, and he's got like a giant laser or water jet or something. So he's cutting me a 30-inch diameter base out of 5/8 thick steel plate. And I ordered that. So that's going to show up probably this next week, and I'll be able to build a base for this post vise, which is that'll be my new tool for the beginning of the year that I'm pretty excited about. It's going to be nice to have a well-manufactured heavy-duty vise that's right next to the forge.
Sweet.
So, yeah. And it's cool because I was going to have to I have a plasma cutter, but about 1/4 inch is about as thick as it's going to do reasonably. And so I was going to have to use my oxyacetylene torch to cut something thick. And there's a reason nobody here has ever seen anything that I've cut with an oxyacetylene torch. So
that pretty?
No, not at all.
Cool.
So yeah, that's exciting.
Let's see. Oh, we have one general question from Tony Crianlo.
Ciranello? That was especially bad, James.
Welcome to the Creators Collective, where we will butcher any name. Would an ingrained sapele chopping block work? I have lots of scrap. Have any of you worked with sapele?
Yes.
I have, yeah.
I like it. It's one of my favorites. It's like so ribbony.
So sapele is kind of like a
mahogany.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's often used to replace mahogany or in place of mahogany. Is it in the mahogany family?
Yes, it's African mahogany.
I think it's
no. Excuse me, not African. That's the other one. That's
no. There's Honduran mahogany, which is like the old school.
Yeah.
And then there's the African, which is less stable. And then I thought sapele was like another thing.
Yeah, sapele it's a slightly harder wood. I'm trying to remember which country it comes from, because there is an African mahogany, but that's the other one. Then there's also Cuban mahogany.
Yeah.
But that's harder to get.
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's like right around the hardness of maple or beech, isn't it?
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, Jenka 1500.
Yeah, I like. I actually.
Okay.
I think I like the look. I prefer the look of sapele to mahogany. It usually has that like really nice, like, I don't know if you call it ribboning or striping or whatever, but has like a chatoyant ribbons through it, which I think are super cool. But you wouldn't see that on the end grain. But I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. It's a hardwood.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll about do it for questions. We're not going to do the creators photo challenge this week. We'll probably do that next week or the week after. So we are going to be recording this coming Thursday.
I think I'm actually winning that one. I don't know about you guys, but
there's a couple good ones in there, but yeah. Hey, there's no reason why one of the three of us can't win it, as long as they get the majority votes.
It's true.
Yeah, you guys never vote for me.
But the challenge this week is for bokeh or bokeh or whatever you want to say it. Basically, it's that fuzzy, blurred background that makes the subject pop out and bring it out from the background. Often done with lights and the circular fuzz. So that has to be in. We'll probably do that this Thursday. So you have a few more days to get that in. And if you want, I've had a few people asking this, if you want to enter it, you just have to put it on Instagram. So go on to your Instagram page, upload the picture, and put with the hashtag Creators Photo Challenge. And we search by hashtag Creators Photo Challenge to pick the winner. So that will be next time. Any words before I move on? None, apparently?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So, joke of the week. We had two come in that I had to. Actually, we had three come in. But what's the best Christmas present in the world? A broken drum. You just can't beat it. And then, of course, one of the goodies and oldies of one of my favorites. How does Darth Vader know what you're getting for Christmas? He can feel your presence.
Nice.
Cool. So, Will, what you watching, reading? What's your inspiring you this week?
So, Third Coast Craftsman. Chris is just a cool dude. He's just a really nice guy, and he's from Michigan, and I don't think I've ever met anybody from Michigan I don't like. I don't know what it is about people in Michigan, but you're just a and really stellar content, upping his game. He's really found his kind of his voice, his brand, and he built that a really awesome hybrid workbench. It's a hybrid of a Nicholson, Holtz Apple, Roubeau, and the thing's a monster.
Yeah.
So Third Coast Craftsman is what's inspiring me.
I was at his shop this last year in June, I think it was.
Oh yeah, did you guys do a collaboration?
We shot intros and outros for it, and just we have been too busy to actually finish the thing. So we'll see. But yeah, not yet. Yeah. Cool.
How about you, James?
I have to. I came across a challenge. Alan Van Villenkant Van Volt. Alan has a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it. But he did a puzzle last year, and he did this little hand puzzle, and he calls it the Crazy Puzzle Box. That is absolutely mind blowing. And it's done with power tools, but I want to try and do a version of it with hand tools. And I went through some of his other videos that are just some really sweet stuff. A lot of good inspiration on there that I want to copy and do myself. So definitely worth taking a look at his Crazy Puzzle Box. It looks like one of those shape games you had as a kid where you put blocks in from different sides, but there are buttons on either side that are shaped. And then it's a tumbler that is, like a combination tumbler, except there's two of them to then open this thing up, and it's complicated and cool. So yeah. Zach, what you got?
I haven't really been doing a whole lot. Reading another design book, Emotional Design by Don Norman. And let's see what else. I started listening to the Knife Talk podcast. That's pretty good. I'm about probably 15, 20 episodes in. They're short and there's a lot of information in there. So, that's pretty much it for me. It's been kind of a calm week, which has been nice.
Kind of cool for this time of year.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, do you have a favorite product of the week?
I'm going to go with my IsoTunes Bluetooth earbuds. I think that's what you call them.
Good for that time of quiet.
Yeah. So, a lot of the stuff that I've been doing in the shop is just loud enough to not be able to hear I have an Alexa in the shop. I love it because it's great for when you're recording, because you can just, say Alexa pause and then shoot your scene and then go back to listening to music. But I haven't been recording much lately, and just like when I'm listening to a podcast, I have to hear every word. Like I can't, it drives me nuts. Like I'm not one of those people who can listen to something and like leave the room for a minute and come back. Like I want to hear every single word. And depending on what you're doing, a lot of the machinery and stuff is just loud enough to where you can't do that through my Alexa. So yeah, they've been good. And I don't even know, I know they had a promotion at the beginning of the month. I don't know if it's still active, but if anybody's looking at that, you can try ZHF, see if it works on their website. Might give you a discount. It might not. I have no idea, but there's my Christmas present. Maybe. You might get nothing. They might charge you more.
Cool. What about you, Will? Or should we say the Willbot 300 as the chat is calling you?
Yeah. So the bottle stopper chuck, or mandrel, whatever you want to call it, that goes on to your lathe spindle. If you're doing anything with threaded inserts, on the lathe, this thing is like, it's cheap. It's like $16 and speeds up the workflow, like bottle stopper work. It's really fast because you screw the blank right onto it, turn your thing, take it off, and then it goes into the bottle stopper inserts straight off that. So Yeah, that's
Sweet.
my thing.
I'll have to see if they have one of those for a spring pole lathe. Cool. Well, I have to go with an oldie but goodie. The standard spokeshave, the model Stanley number 55, and I just got one of their new ones that they're dirt cheap, they're like $15 on Amazon. And I'm looking at this thinking, there's no way that's any decent. But there really isn't anything to go wrong on a spokeshave. It works great and cuts well. I had to sharpen the blade when I got it, but other than that, it works exactly like the old one, and I could not be happier. I was absolutely blown away. $15 for a spokeshave and away to town. And I've got another spokeshave to add in my collection because you can never have enough spokeshaves.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I want to actually go on because there's several other companies that make like $15 spokeshaves that are similar. And I mean, if you really think about it, it's a steel body with a flat or rounded mouth, but the mouth is only like 3/4, so there really isn't a huge amount of flatness you have to worry about. And then an iron and a way to hold it. That's about it. So there isn't that much that can go wrong on them. So yeah, I'll have to. I'm going to play with a few others. So I think that will about do it, and I think we're going to have to call this one for a Merry Christmas special. Am I missing anything, guys?
I don't think so. So
Cool.
we're going to be back in a few days, right?
Yeah, we'll be back on Thursday at our normal time, 10 o'clock Eastern.
Do you guys? So then we can. You guys haven't opened your. You're not like us. You haven't opened all your presents yet, have you?
No, I haven't
Okay.
gotten.
No.
I think there's like a couple of small ones under the tree, so I'll have something to talk about. I don't plan on doing much, productive things with my life in the next 3 days. So I don't
Sounds
know.
like a good
At least
time.
I'll have like one thing or two things to talk about. So
Cool.
it's all going to be on you guys.
Well, then I think that will about do it. And for those of you who are watching live and want to listen to the intro again, I'm going to play that again at the end so you guys can hear that. But for now, I think that'll about do it. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
See you guys later.
Adios.
Wait, you guys can't hear that, can you?
Nope.
Nope.
That's
Never
okay.
mind.
I'm gonna hop off here.